Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So again here we are in Aloevain. Now the last quest we had done Friends in Low Places, and we left off right at the next quest. But just in case you hadn't actually completed that first one, we are going to show you just how to head to that next one here. So you're going to want to obviously enter the prison. And for this quest, you want to actually head straight south right here to the warehouse district. So you're going to want to make an immediate left and just head straight down towards it. So as you see, you do need to head towards our criminal hideout. From here, find a passage, or you can even head up to the roofs and just head straight down towards the quest here. So again, fairly easy one to get to, but here it is, and then we're gonna step in and do this quest here. Now this quest here actually has a lot of optionals available. I am actually going to be skipping all the optionals. Now there is a reason for this. In skipping these optionals, it will actually give you an additional chest at the end which can contain named loot. It also gives you an additional optional at the end, so you're not completely losing out on all the experience, but you are still losing out on some of that experience. So the first thing we need to do is we need to head in, and we need to actually talk to this individual here. Now once he's talked to, you will need to gather your entire party. Hirelings do not count inside of this room here. When you do, it kind of gets blocked off and you can't actually head back. And then they kind of open up a door on both sides with a whole bunch of these guards. Super easy to kill. Honestly, not much to worry about. But there is a lot of them, so if they happen to spawn in Reapers, it can get a little dicey. You'll also have a few breakables if you are going after breakables, that is. At which point, it doesn't matter whether you head to the left or right side. Either way, they kind of loop back, and you're going to want to head to this door here. Now, as soon as you get in, it does give you a choice which path you're taking. So as you see, dead end here, but we are going to head through here. As we're going through, so if you listen to the DM narration, he kind of hints at if we take our time that he's going to kill our allies. So the optional here is to keep all of our allies alive. Now when he says take our time, he isn't actually referring to the amount of time spent in the quest, but rather he's referring to doing any of these optionals. Now you also notice we can actually attack these dogs, all these running around, and they do count towards kills. So if you are looking at that, awesome. In Epic, instead of dogs, they will be howlers, which will become aggressive towards you. Again, heroic, you can just run past them. So this section here, as you see, I'm going to kind of put that up. If we head off to the side, we can head immediately to these guys here. And we need to kill them here in order to open up our gate. So once they all die, we can go ahead and do that. So there they are. Once they're dead, we can head through the gate. Now, over off this direction, off to the west there, or from this side, if we were to head down that path there, as you can see with the orb, there is an optional that you can do down there. Doing so will negate this optional here to keep your allies alive. Now once in here again, we can head south or we can head north. Now we do just need to head north. And again, you do want to head through as fast as you can, avoiding as many optionals as you can to get to the end in order to get that second loot, which again contains named items. Obviously, if you are looking for more experience and just a unique experience, definitely head through, do those optionals, but typically speaking, people skip them as it's faster. Alright, so you'll notice there are people shooting there. Mostly that's because the Famine Reaper, in order to get here, you do gotta head south and around, so they're just gonna be there. So here, you want to head left. Again, kill the group of guys. That will open up our door. Now, these pits can be destroyed. Typically you want melee damage, that's honestly the easiest way, or blast type damage. Alright, so now that you've proceeded deeper in, you're noticing they're no longer just criminals, but they are Shar worshippers, being the shadow. So for this one here, again, hit the kind of corner, you want to head left. And you're going to have these guys here. These guys are going to lead to an optional. Off to the right here, with this priestess, this is the way that we want to go. So again, killing them, we can pull our lever and hop down into the drainage cult. Now, standing in the center, it's going to give us what's that smell, which does drop our charisma score, so 24, 26. And again, it's only while you're standing in it that you receive this debuff. So it's not too bad unless you are a charisma-based sorcerer. Then it does mean a little less damage and a little less DC there. But easily fixable by just standing on the edge, then casting your spell. Alright, so now you're going to want to continue to this first section here. And it will have a few last lizard men. Now we do have some, as you see, coming from this side. Heading north is just a dead end. So I mean, go there if you want. I'm going to show you guys. Just a dead end. It does have a collectible, so I mean, up to you if it's worth it. But ultimately, we need to head east. Now, at the gate, we do have these pressure plates. Easy to disable. If you happen to step on them, what'll happen here is it will set off these arrow jets. And as you can see, they are kind of staggered. So it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to get hit by them. But they're arrow jets, they're really not that dangerous. But, again, prolonged use can be rough. So, 2 traps, 1 on each lever, pull them, head on through. Once you're through, you need to head left, going north. And, oh, well, we've got plague reapers. You're going to come across more lizard folk. If you're not getting the hint when the mage had said, say hello to the lizard folk, well, this is definitely why. But lizard folk, other than the shamans, typically die fairly quickly and have, honestly, not a very large hit point pool. So now that we're at the section, you do want to head off to the right. kind of loop around. Now we do have, again, a couple of lizard folk that we can deal with, which for us here is going to be super easy with the improved precise shot. As you see, most of them were even dead before they even got to us. There they go. Alright, so at this point we are also going to have a couple of additional paths that we do need to head down. So first of which being this path right here to our left. It's going to loop around into kind of a small little drainage room. Now upon pulling this lever, it's actually going to spawn in a few enemies. So here we go. And there they are. So again, as you see, not overly difficult, especially if you prepare for them. So now we're going to head south. And again, off to the left here, it's going to be another one of those rooms. Same concept. Pull the lever, they're going to spawn right about there. And yeah, kill them. Once you pull the lever, whether you decide to kill them or not, your next step is to head south. You're going to head around the corner, and with both those levers pulled at the very end, we're going to actually be able to pull our last lever there and head on inside, or rather back outside upstairs, seeing as we're underground in the drainage culvert. So here both those levers will unlock our gate lever, and there we go.
The voice taunts you from somewhere quite close.
So as soon as you get up top here, again, door, a bunch of condemned deadeyes. Now you do want to actually leave this door alone. Again, heading in here will get rid of that optional to keeping them all alive. So you want to head into the kind of this decrepit village here. Now you can head up top. As you see, there are some gargoyles here, and down over there. Essentially, they're all over the place. Now, you can choose to kill them or run past. The easiest way to run past, we gotta just deal with this guy first. The easiest way to run past is to simply do just that. Don't bother fighting them in this section here. Rather, run past them and head on up. A lot of them tend to just immediately jump into their protective casing form. Obviously, this makes it a lot harder to kill them without the use of spell damage. As well, doing this, it slows them down often enough that they lose aggro of you. So once you're done either killing them or running past, you're going to want to head down the path here. So again, more of the same. Just more optionals that you kind of want to run past. So we're going to start by killing this group. It is also going to have down here this guy here. Now, you do want to unfortunately let him be. Leave him be. Now again, heroic it is normal dogs. Epic it will be howlers. Again, leaving him be will just allow you to continue and actually get that optional. So this section here, heading around, you'll notice some gargoyles off to our left. And just down the bottom of that ramp, we're also going to have some more of those condemned villagers. Or, in this case, burglars and thugs. Just fairly easy to kill. Alright, so again, gargoyles. And there's nothing really down there. There is a safe house, which again, you don't want to go in, get those optionals. You want to head down here and deal with your last group of guys right here before the end fight. Now, this is a bad spot to get Reapers as you are in a very small little space. Once everyone is dead, we want to head up to the roof for our end fight. So here we are. Now, the way this fight takes place is at these empty spots here, here, and here. It's going to actually bring up ladders. Now, what these ladders are is an interactable object. While the ladders are up, it is going to constantly spawn in enemies come and fight. So a good way and a good trick is to have somebody in your party stand by these locations. If you have one for every, awesome. And as soon as the ladders spawn in, you're going to want to interact with them to drop them as fast as possible. Before we get this started, however, I am going to come over here. Give myself a fresh death ward, as they also like casting negative energy, and it'll just help us out. So you also, to officially start it, you do need to talk to the priest, and here we go. So here's going to be these ladders. So we're going to want to use them as fast as possible. Again, to kill them. They even mentioned to help even the odds, you do want to hit them. So there's that second wave of these guys, but not there. We already got that ladder. So again, you just want to get these ladders as fast as you can. Once you've done that, it will no longer have any trash mobs coming in, and it will just be the end bosses here. Now the first one here is kind of like his little assistant. She is orange named, so can be killed. Once she takes a good portion of her hit points, the big bad boss does become aggressive and can be killed. At that point, that's exactly what you want to do. Finish off his assistant so it's just you and him. And then finish him off there. Bam, 24,000. It took 17 minutes. Obviously, we could have done that a little bit faster if we really just pushed. So it's not too terrible. Now, once that's done, because we were able to keep all of our allies alive, here they are in this little prison here. And again, 2 chests. Now, both these chests can contain named items. Some of which being the prison break here. Now this is a very unique Dwarven war axe in the aspect of each prison break isn't actually identical. So this one here actually gives frost damage. You can get them with all the different elemental types, so I'm gonna loot this one here, see if we get a different one. And unfortunately we did not. So yeah, you can get them with all sorts of different name types and the like. From here we have a nice little door to exit, and that's it. Now, regardless of which path that you've done, whether this is your first quest here or your second, you do want to actually recall from this point, as getting to the next quest in this chain is so much easier to be done from the start here. So we're going to do that. And again, thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one all.